Hey, Jasen Rice here with Lotpop going live. We've got a little bit of a, what we call, this way, lot party, that way, lot party, tip going on. So right now, everybody's March is strong. At least every dealer that we're talking with right now, everybody's pretty much on pace to outsell what they're carrying. Meaning we got dealers that carry 30 cars a month on pace for 50. We got dealers carrying 100 on pace for 130. So dealers right now are pacing really well with their sales rate. So March is going good. So they say, what do they say? Bad habits happen at the best of times, and good habits happen at the worst of times. And so right now, things could be getting a little sloppy, but what happens is as this volume's picking up right now, new is probably doing decent too. It's probably going to be lighter than last year, but usually March and new is up also. So what's happening is now you're stuck feeding the beast. All these cars that you're selling and selling quick, it's forcing you to go to the auction and buy cars to fill those slots. And obviously right now, if the market's good and the market's good for everybody, everybody's at the lane trying to buy cars. So right now, I'm sure you guys are paying stupid money at the lane for these cars. But a couple warnings of what you need to be doing with these cars. One, what is up, Jasen? Hopefully talk to you soon. What's up with these cars, what you're going to have to do with these cars that you're buying now. One, I wouldn't be buying to March sale rates. What happens in April every year, unless this year happens to be a fluke, but I've been tracking this now for 5 years, and you guys know this just being in the business long enough, is April, we're going to hit a little bit of a wall. I don't know if it's going to happen in the first week of April, last week of March, second week of April, but we're going to hit a wall. The weather breaks and people start doing things. The tax buyers already bought, and so things start slowing down when the weather breaks in March or April and May. It's going to start slowing down. So one, if you just keep buying cars at the levels that you're buying in March, it's midway through March. By the time you buy them, transport them, service, get them online, you might not have these cars ready to last week of March, first week of April, and we might be hitting a wall by then. Maybe. I'm hoping that your sales and your marketing and everything else keeps driving traffic. I'm not being a, bah humbug and telling you things are failed, but that's what happens more times than not. Dealers are calling us, or we're having meetings. They're like, I don't know what happened. We just hit a freaking wall, man. We were on fire in February, March, and man, we hit a wall. So that happens year after year. So what you're going to have to do with these cars that you're doing now, you're buying at the sale rate. So you're selling all these cars. Like I said, a lot of our dealers, they have 100 in stock, they're on pace for 120. They got 50 in stock, they're on pace for 75. So they have to replenish these cars, paying top dollar for them. And then they're going to, of course, you're going to want to try to demand top dollar for them out the gate, but you can't do that, because what's going to happen is by the time these cars are 30 and 45 days old, we're in mid-April and at the end of April, and you're going to be stuck with these cars that you paid top dollar for in March, and that traffic's just not there anymore. And I backed this up. I got two charts. If you guys want to see them, I can share them with you. Just direct message me, but I've tracked 2016 new car sale rates. I could track 17s and 18s, but new car sales, March, January, February, March shoots up. Okay, and then it drops off in April about 10 to 15%. The other thing I could back it up with is year after year after year, we've tracked shopper counts on Auto Trader and stuff. And January, February, and March are the highest shopper counts for the full year. It's the highest the shopper counts will have all year. And then in April and May, the shopper counts drop another 10, 15%. So I've got data to back this stuff up. It's not just theories, it's stuff that we've seen year after year. So the cars you're buying now, a couple things are going to happen. If you're selling in bulk, having a good month, and you're buying to keep up with that sale rate, you're probably pushing cars, 10 or 15 cars or whatever you bought at the auction and trade it for. You're trying to push these into your turnaround time, your service, your detailers, your porters, and everything. You're pushing twice as many cars into a system that's used to handling half of that. So I'd guarantee a lot of you guys right now are struggling with turnaround time, photos, and descriptions. So bust on that wall. So photos, description, everything's getting behind right now. So what happens is now all these cars that you're buying, you're shoving them through a turnaround time that's not used to this level, and then they're getting jammed up, photos, descriptions. So even if you can get a car turned around in 3, 5, 7 days, by the time you get a photo to put it online, you're 10, 14 days down the road. We're at the end of the month and April hits, and April can slow down, and now you're stuck with them. what I did in the title, what you need to do with used cars you're paying top dollar for right now. One, expedite the turnaround time. Expedite those cars. Get them turned around as fast as possible. And even though the market's hot right now, you want to increase the odds of these cars selling while they're fresh, so you're not stuck with these cars at 50, 60, 70, 80 days old in April and May, where the market's dropped off, wholesale's dropped, and you own these cars, and you're going to be losing money on these cars in April and May to get off of them. So you want to increase the odds of these cars selling while they're fresh, all right, and not decreasing them. So look at your price to market. If you're going to take these cars and jack them up to 105, 110 and let them ride for a couple of weeks because we got a hot market going on, you can roll the dice and you probably sell a few of them. But more times than not, you're going to have 30, 40, 50, 60% of these bleed through, and then you're holding the bag in April with a bunch of cars that you're buried in. So this just happens year after year. I'm giving you the warning, and I know, again, you're going to want to stock to this level and think, man, things are going good. Our February's good. Our March is good. Let's keep it rolling. I'm just warning you, keep your inventory levels at a distance. Look at your sales history. You know, if that's not the case at your store and April's stronger than May and than March, and May's as strong or better than April, then do it. But I'd warn you right now, it's probably not going to happen. If look at your numbers, and if it don't, start slimming down your inventory to get to that sale rates that you've experienced over those previous years. So, yeah, Aaron, Aaron said you literally just painted the picture at our lot currently. Like I said, we're seeing this at all of our stores, and I doubt that you guys aren't seeing it either. So get that turnaround time going, because it's probably way behind right now, and then get these cars priced so you do sell them over the next 4 weeks. I would guarantee by mid-April. If the first couple of weeks of April is still good because of tax season, the second half the faucet shuts off. So get these cars moved in the next 30 days to get off them while you can. Also, any age cars right now might be a good time to dump at the lane because they're going for top dollar right now. So, but one, I want our dealers to retail out of everything, especially age cars. But before you take them to the lane, put them at a retail wholesale price. Meaning, if you're at 20 grand right now on a 80-day-old car, but wholesale's 18 grand, drop that 20 grand price to 19.5, drop it to 19, drop it to 18.5, drop it to 18. The same you get at the lane. I might even drop it to 17.5 before I get it to the lane, because again, at the lane I'm paying fees, but at the lane I don't get an opportunity to make up my losses on trades or F&I. So right now might be a good time to wholesale some of your age cars while the market's hot, but put that car, even if you're 20 grand and you want to get rid of this car in the next week or two while the market's hot, go from 20 grand to 18, just get off the freaking thing, or see if a grand drop, go from 20 to 19, see if that works for 5 days. If that doesn't get to 8, drop it another grand, get to 18, and then move your losses and get them off your lot too. So throw them up on smart auction or something, or take them to the lane. So I hope this is helpful. If you want a free evaluation of your inventory, we'll look at your photos and your descriptions and look at your inventory management tool, vAuto, give you some insights and tips, but also obviously do a little demo with you to show you what we can do to help your store. You can go via lotpop.com or 844-LOTPOP4. Give me a call, Jasen Rice at Lotpop. All these video tips will end up at YouTube, and also I'll load them up in the SoundCloud, which will go into a podcast. So if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that, and you'll have all these new tips on there. John Anderson, who's part of our group, if you're not following John Anderson, he works at Lotpop too. He does some video tips. Follow him. But subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just do Lotpop Inc. in the YouTube, and also on iTunes and podcasts. If you listen while you work out to some podcasts, we got 150 of these type of tips on there. So again, hope this is helpful. Check out our new stocking tool. Your make, model, trim. We'll tell you exactly what's been selling at your lot, and we score them out to your needs. Do you need this year? Do you need this segment? Do you need this for certified? If you're a certified dealer, we got a lot of certified data. Like we take, let's say your Honda store. We look at every Honda model, Accords to Civics to CRVs, and we look at your certified history and look at what's selling off your lot, and then give you a stocking list of what certified cars to continue that certified momentum going. So again, if you want any demos on any of that stuff, if not, hit me up, jrice@lotpop.com, or direct message me if you want to see any of these charts. Thank you for your time.